Hello, everyone. Today is Friday, February 10th, 2023. Thank you all for joining me for another episode of Real Estate, Real Life, Real Talk, and Real Live. Where each and every Friday at 12 noon, I bring you all the latest real estate topics and news. And I also like to share my personal opinion about whatever's going on in the world today. So, first of all, I want to congratulate my daughter Bianca. She just had her baby yesterday. This makes my fifth grandkid. This makes Bianca's second child. Congratulations to both. I have another grandson. That makes two grandsons that I have and three granddaughters that I have. So, um, hey, you know, it is what it is. But she's recovering, doing well. And I want to thank each and every one of you all for your well wishes and prayers for my daughter, Bianca. So, as always, let me hop into the wonderful world of real estate when it pertains to what's going on. So today I wanted to talk about home warranties and the benefits of a home warranty. I recently was holding a discussion with a young lady, and she was basically talking about she's renting right now, and she basically was saying because she's a single lady, and that a lot of times she doesn't like to deal with the maintenance and the upkeep of a home. And she was saying that it's easy for her to just call the maintenance man and have them to come if something breaks. So I wanted to share some light on that, and I also wanted to elaborate to the point that even being a single individual, the upkeep is always the responsibility of a homeowner when they own a home. But there are many ways to make it simple for you. Or just like when you're in an apartment and you can call the maintenance man, you can also make one phone call to actually have someone come to you or two. And that is through the usage of a home warranty. Now, what is a home warranty? A home warranty is basically a warranty on the appliances of the home. And not just the appliances, but also some home warranties, and you always have to read the fine print. Some home warranties also cover the electrical system, the plumbing, the roof, in many ways similar to if when you were in an apartment. So I wanted to share some light on these things and what they actually cover. Now, there are many home warranties companies out there. So I would always strongly suggest that if you're going to get a home warranty, even if you are currently a homeowner right now, you can purchase a home warranty to benefit you in many ways. But what the home warranty does is this. Let's say hypothetically you get a home, you move into the home, and then like 3 months after you moved into the home, your refrigerator stops working, or you're having plumbing issues, or your water heater just stopped working. What you do with a home warranty is you make a phone call to the home warranty company, and they will actually send someone out there to fix and repair these issues. And if they cannot fix the issue, in many cases, they will actually replace the whatever it is that's happening. For example, if the refrigerator tends to break, they go out there to repair the refrigerator. If they cannot fix the refrigerator, they will actually replace the refrigerator in many cases. So this is a benefit for many homeowners, to the point it serves just like a maintenance man in an apartment for any individual. So please keep in mind that with most home warranty, you do have to pay a deductible. The deductible varies depending on which home warranty package that you get, but the home warranty covers many things. They cover, like I mentioned, the electrical system, refrigerator, sump pump, pool, the roof, also like plumbing. So take all these things into consideration when you are purchasing a home. Now, a home warranty is something that you have to pay annually, or you can pay it monthly, but it's always worth it because it gives you a peace of mind, especially if you're like the young lady that I spoke with, who is so used to picking up the phone, calling the maintenance man. If something happens, the maintenance come, fix it, leave. The same thing when you are a homeowner. Yes, you are responsible for everything that takes place and transpires, but at the same time, though, you also have to understand that you do have options. So please keep in mind that the home warranty has many beneficial options for any homeowner. And I would always strongly suggest, the home warranty companies vary. I prefer a company called 210 Home Warranty. The reason why I prefer 210 Home Warranty, because 210 covers an array of issues. They cover so many things when it pertains to home warranty. And on top of that, I remember one of my clients, when we were basically getting her a home, I suggested 210. When she ended up getting 210, she had some issues that occurred once she moved into the home. And then once she moved into the home and everything, many things, they basically were covered. They cover so much. I'm going to go over some of the things. They cover the washer and dryer. They cover the electrical. They cover the plumbing. They cover the HVAC, which is your heating and cooling system. They cover the panels. They cover, in some cases, the doorbell system. They cover, let me see what else. The ovens, the built-in microwaves. They just cover the burglar alarms, the attic, the concrete wiring. So they cover so much. This is 210 that I'm referring to. But what I'm trying to explain to some people who might be a homeowner, that what the home warranty does is actually give you a peace of mind. And this is for people right now who do not even have a home warranty. If you call up one of these home warranties company, you will see that the annual cost varies. It's normally about $500, might be a little bit more, or like I said, you can also pay monthly. But the benefits outweigh the cost, because when you're a homeowner, you want that peace of mind. You want to feel like that you don't want to, if you have a plumbing situation, instead of always calling an actual plumber, which sometimes can be very expensive, if you have a home warranty, it is much cheaper to call them, have them to come in to fix that plumbing issue. And then again, if they can't fix it, they always give you some remedy in which how it can be fixed. So I'm just explaining that it's also cost efficient to have a home warranty. Now, when I'm dealing with buyers and I'm writing up contracts, I always put in the contract that I want my buyers to have a home warranty paid for by the seller in majority of the cases. If the seller don't want to pay for it, then in many cases, I would strongly suggest that the buyer pay for that themselves as well, too, because again, a home warranty goes very, very far. And then what you have to also take into consideration is if you moved into the house and you've been in it every year, you have to renew that home warranty every year. But it is worth the peace of mind, because again, whether or not you're dealing with electrical issues, instead of calling electrician, you call the home warranty company. You have roofing and attic issues, instead of calling the roofer, you call the home warranty company. If your washer and dryer stops working, you can call the home warranty company. There are so many beneficials to having a home warranty. So whenever buyers are buying a new property, I would strongly always suggest for them to get a home warranty. Now, here's the thing. If you're buying new construction will always tell you that they have the warranty, which is the manufacturer warranty for the appliances and everything. That's all fine and good, but I would still recommend you getting a home warranty, because even though you're going through the manufacturer, a lot of times it's not as quick, it's not as simple, and it's not as easy when you're dealing with those things sometimes. When you get a home warranty, like I said, you are making sure that you have yourself a peace of mind. And what you want to do is whenever you're owning a home, you want that peace of mind, because owning a property is not always cheap as far as the upkeep and maintenance. But having a home warranty can make things a lot more simpler. So a home warranty costs a little, but it goes a long, long way. So I just want you all to understand that the benefits of a home warranty outweigh the cost, and that the home warranty covers an array of appliances and things in the house. They cover plumbing, they cover electrical, they cover the attic and roof, they cover all the appliances in a home: washer, dryer, microwave, stove. They cover the electrical. So these things can be very beneficial to someone who's owning a home. And even if you currently have a home right now, I would strongly suggest for you to get a home warranty, because you never know when something may happen. I had a client of mine about a month ago call from, they purchased a home last year, and they started to have issues with it was a sump pump issue, and they were asking me about calling a plumber. And the first thing that I said to them was, did you call your home warranty? You know what I'm saying? So they was like, oh, I forgot all about the home warranty. So later on, after they went to contact the home warranty, they sent out someone. Now, again, the home warranty is much cheaper than going the route of a plumber. It's much cheaper than going the route of an electrician. But in many, many cases, the home warranty can and will fix a lot of the issues. So, what did you say, Rob? Thanks for the takeaway of a home warranty. Yeah, no problem. But yes, I just want people to understand the value of a home warranty, because there have been some people who did not get a home warranty. And also, like I said, when I was holding this conversation with this young lady, and she had mentioned her fear of home ownership because she doesn't like to fix things on her own. And when she's in the apartment, that all she has to do is make a phone call and the maintenance people will come. I just wanted to share some light on a home warranty will basically cover everything nearly like the maintenance man will cover. So if you own a home, if you purchase a home and then you're having issues, you call the home warranty, they will send someone out for nearly any issue that you have that's pertaining to the home on the inside. Not pertaining to any maintenance or anything, because that's lawn care, but anything internal, they would basically cover these things with your home warranty. And like I said, there are a lot of companies out here when it pertains to home warranty. Like I said, I prefer 210. That is one that I always strongly recommend to my clients. If you go to 2-10.com, you can review, check them out. But there are also other home warranty companies such as Choice Home Warranty, HWA Home Warranty, American Choice Home Warranty, Home Shield Home Warranty. There are an array of home warranty companies out here, but again, whichever home warranty company that you choose to use, make sure that it is something that is affordable. Make sure that, like I mentioned to you before, that the deductible is not too high, because they do have several packages with all home warranty companies, because you all know, like I know, that a lot of people are into sales. So they're trying to sell you not just the basic, they might have 2 or 3. So you got to see for your house what's may be needed. And then here's another free nugget to a lot of homeowners and landlords and everything. A lot of times, if you purchase a home warranty, landlords, and you put it on your house and you're renting out your property, what tends to happen is that once you rent out your property, if your tenant tends to call you with some issue, all you have to do is call the home warranty. And the home warranty will basically go out there and take care of the issues for you, landlord. So you don't actually have to even go out there to deal with the plumbing issue, to deal with the electrical issue, to deal with whatever's going on. You can just call the home warranty and they will send someone on your behalf. So those are things to take into consideration when it pertains to a home warranty, because home warranties are very beneficial. They're very cost efficient, and they are a lifesaver in many cases. So that I want you all to really understand the benefits of a home warranty. They serve as your maintenance man for you. So if you own a home and you don't feel like fixing things, or you can't fix things, or you really can't afford a plumber, electrician, a roofer, a home warranty, you call them, they'll send someone out. Now, again, you do have to pay a deductible, but the deductibles vary. They're normally like $75 up to maybe $150, I believe, depending on what package you get of the home warranty is going to determine which your deductible is. But if you choose to add a home warranty to your current home, existing home, or even your future home, you would know all these things up front, or you can always call to ask, or you can go to websites. Like I said, you can Google home warranties. It will give you a list of many home warranties, and you can check them out to see which one is best for you. So that was the home warranty. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I hope that the home warranty information that I just provided was very beneficial to many of you all. I just wanted to shed some light on that, because like I mentioned before, spoke with that lady, and when I was explaining things to her, she, it was an eye opener for her, and she's in the process of getting herself together because now she wants to purchase a home. So my next topic of today is men being men. And what do I mean by this? Well, I've had some discussions with some people in reference to some things, and the topic had come up as far as how men today act more like women, how a lot of men don't stand up and do the things that they should do. And I also saw something on Instagram in which it was kind of like when I saw it, I read the top. It was a little video that was on, and when it was on, I was looking at it and I was like, and I kind of like looked at it, and then when I looked at it, it was the lady talking, and when she was talking about how, being strong, independent woman, and how she couldn't let go because the way she saw her mother being raised and how she was taught, and she's married, and basically during her marriage, her husband been telling her that, you know, you got to let go and everything. So, it made me realize a lot of things and how a lot of men are, as far as how the way men respond today. Potential Hold on, sorry about that. Um, First of all, real men wear pink. I just want to say that because I have pink on. So, when you're securing yourself, you don't care what anyone else has to say, regardless, because people are going to talk about you no matter who you are, what you do. They talked about Jesus. They're going to talk about anybody. I don't care who you are. You can be the president. You can be a person in the farm somewhere. People are going to always talk, including family. But let me get back to men being real men. Um, Real men do what's necessary for themselves and for their families. Real men don't make up excuses. I say that to say that I hear so many men make up excuses about why they can't do something instead of why they can do something. I see so many men that if they're in a relationship with some women, that the women are very independent, that the women got a lot of stuff going on for themselves, they will sit back and allow allow the woman to do any and everything, especially if the woman hasn't said anything to that man, because that man doesn't know how to be a man. I remember having a conversation with one of my daughters, and we were talking about her boyfriend. And long story short, she was telling me about her boyfriend wasn't contributing towards where she was staying at, and her boyfriend's excuse was um, his name wasn't on the lease. That was his excuse for not giving her any money or anything. And my response was, there are plenty of men who deal with women who don't even live with women that give them money to help them with their bills. There are plenty of men who live with, that are in relationship with women and have bad credit, that their names can't go on things such as when they buy a house, when they're in an apartment. So, but they still contribute to the bills. I said, some men, and that's what I told her, some men in this world are going to always make up excuses why they can't do something. But if you allow certain things, then you are part of the problem because you are allowing it. A lot of times, and then when my daughter was her response, well, why do I have to even say something to him? He should know. That was her response. And I told her, unfortunately, some men don't know because some men weren't raised by men. Some men were raised by women to the point where they don't know how to step up and be a man. Some men saw their mother do everything. They saw their mother pay all the bills. They even saw their mother take out the trash, and they did nothing. They didn't ask their mother. And then you have some men who saw their mother do all these things and they wanted to help them to do better. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that some men don't know how to be men because they didn't have role models. Some men don't know how to be men because they choose to accept what they seen rather than taking the initiative to do what they should do. So, like I was saying, real men do what is necessary for their family, for themselves. They don't make up excuses because as men in this world, we're always going to have the things, odds against us regardless. We're always going to have to dig deeper to do things instead of making excuses. See, excuses come easy. They're easy to do. It's easy to say, oh, I don't want to do something, or I'm not going to do it. It's easy to allow someone else to do things when you should be the one that's doing things. Like even when I saw that video of that lady talking about being a strong, independent woman, my response was, unfortunately, so many women have either seen their mother do it alone, or their mothers told them, you don't need a man. Make sure you have your own. So now that many are grown, many men have let them down to the point where they say, my mother was right. Unfortunately, it's many men who aren't real men anymore, and will allow a woman to do everything because of what he lacks. I said women have to pray for discernment and the right man to lead. Seeing that growing up and experiencing the wrong man will have many women feeling like that. But having the right man and still being that way will only hinder your growth and the potential of what life could bring you. Stay blessed, and God bless us all, is what I said. And I say that to say that every day in life, when people are dealing and encountering men, there's so many emotional men these days. I've seen so many men hurt or kill their girlfriend or wives, or attack them because they punks for real. You understand? Excuse my language, whatever. But they're really punks and stuff. And another one of my daughters this week, a guy bigger than me bumped into her. My daughter is very frail and small. Bumped into her on the metro. Then tried to pull a taser out on my daughter. And I swear to God, I wish I could see him in person, but I always believe in karma. Karma has a way of dealing with people when we want to deal with them, when we can't deal with them. Karma and time. I've seen over time in my lifetime that the people that I wanted to get revenge back on, or when I wanted to do something on, when I let it go, the universe took care of it for me. And I say that would happen for them. But I also say that happens to a lot of men. When you look at a lot of men who haven't been real men, a lot of men who haven't stepped up to do what they should do, karma has come back on them in many ways. They have sicknesses, they have illnesses to the point where then they want to reach out to their kids. Because let me use that as an example. There are a lot of men who will not even deal with their kids because of their kids' mother. Many do not even know, but in the in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, matter of fact, all between 2000, the early 2000s, I myself had to deal with a lot of mess for my kids' mother. I have 4 grown kids. They're 28, 24, 23, and 21 now, my grown kids. And I had to deal with so much from 3 mothers at the same time. And I had this friend. He was my friend, but he's no longer my friend. He said to me, hey, man, just pay your child support, go on with your life, get another woman, start over. My response to him was, what about my kids? He was like, that's too much to deal with. Go on and start your life over. And don't work, man. People do it all the time. This is what he said. People do it all the time. Just pay your child support and go on. And I said to him, my kids didn't ask to come here. I said, what type of father would I be to turn my back on my kids just so I can have peace now? I said, I understand that's a lot to deal with, because they were giving me hell. I'm not going to lie. They were giving me hell. They were lying on me. They were taking me to court over and over and over again for more money. One of them or 2 of them would deny me visitation of my kid. I was going through a lot. I was working and stuff. And you know what? What gave me peace is when I stepped into a church. I didn't grow up in a church. My father wasn't religious. He never took us to church. But when I stepped into a church, I felt the calmness come all over me. And that was one of the reasons why I started to go to church on a consistent basis, because it was saving me. It was preventing me from being angry. It was preventing me from hearing the outsiders who were saying things like that, like, oh, go on with your life. Then when I would look at him and his other wife and they would have a peaceful life, a nice home and stuff. Yes, I wanted it, but I also wanted my kids to understand as their father, I wanted to be there for them. I wanted to strive for them. I wanted to fight for them. I didn't want them to think that I turned my back on them, because the one question that I always asked myself when I was going through that mess was, if I was my kids, if I was in my kids' shoes, what would I want my father to do? That's what I always ask myself. And because I felt like I know what I felt they wanted me to do, I did it. And I say that to say that you're going to have oppositions as men. You're going to have the mother of your kids be against you. You're going to have your family against you. You're going to have people hating on you just because you exist and walk into a room. But it should never stop you from being the man that you needs to be. You know, as men, we're going to always have battles. We're going to always have opposition. But you have to always do the right thing, especially when it pertains to your kids and your family. See, when you do what's right by your kids, whether you're a mother or a father, you will be blessed. When you don't do what's right by your kids, life has a way of, turning around to things happen, and unfortunately, like I said, I was getting hell from all three mothers at the time, and life has dealt with all three mothers. I didn't do anything. I've never wished any harm on any of them. All I tried to ever do was be a real stand-up father and man to my kids. And I say that to all the men out there who make up excuses why they can't see their kids. Oh, the mother's doing this. Oh, the mother is not allowing me to see it. Guess what? You as their father have a duty and obligation to your kid to try to be there for them, because regardless of what the mother is telling them, they're looking at your actions too. Because in my situation, the mothers lied on me. They said, oh, he didn't want to be in his life and everything. He didn't want to be in your life. He didn't want, lying. I was trying to see my kids lying on me. But as my kids got older, they saw my actions. They saw who their mother was. So what I say to you is, there is no excuse for a man not to be a man. There's no excuse for a man not to go out here and get a job and be living with a woman and don't contribute something. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. A man should never just be laid out. See, so too many men think with their little head and think it's their big head. They think because they putting it down, or so-called putting it down, you know what I'm saying, that entitles and obligates them to whatever she has. That's just being real egotistical, because there's always a guy that can come in and put it down better than you, but you thinking with the wrong head. And if you're with a woman, she should never feel like you are not helping her. She should never feel like you are not there for her in some way or capacity or form. Because as men, how does a woman benefit having a man? Because either you're a liability or you're an asset. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of men out here that actually are liabilities, just like there are a lot of women out here that are liabilities too. But I'm talking about the men right now. So when I say that you're either a liability or asset, meaning you have to be a man and stuff. As men, we bottle up our emotions a lot of time. We don't express how we feel. We don't hold good communication. We don't even talk sometimes. We don't tell them what's going on in our life. We just bottle up, deal with it in the form of aggression, anger, or however it comes out. But it's going to come out, whether you fighting, whether you working out, whether you having sex. It's going to come out. It's aggression is built up in a man. But there is no excuse for any men out here not to be a father to their kid, unless somebody take your kid and disappear off the face of this earth. Because long as they got a court system, long as there's a will, there is a way. I know it's hard. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying it's easy. I know it's hard because I've been through the struggles by myself with no support from nobody. Nobody in my family helped me with any of my kids, what I was going through. Not one person. You understand? But at the same time, at the time that I was going through some things, my family member that I knew could have helped me, which is my aunt and everything, she was dealing with stuff on her own as well too. But besides that, I didn't have anybody. So guess what I had? I had to do what I dealt was for my kids because I created them. So men need to stop making up excuses about why they can't see their kids. Because here's the thing. And I'm going to share this too. This is personal on me. At the time, I remember having 2 cases, then 3 cases of child support at the same time, had to keep constantly going to court, had to try to get visitations of my 4 kids while I was working and still putting a roof over my head. You telling me it was easy? No, it wasn't easy, because when they're garnishing all that money out your check when you're working and you're coming back with next to nothing and you're trying to figure out, it ain't never easy. It ain't never easy. Ended up having to get a second job. I had to do what I do. Then on my free days, I spent the free days with my kids. I didn't have them to myself. I spent them with my kids. That's what I tried to do. Because see, time passes whether you realize it or not. Your kids will be 18 months today and 18 years graduating from high school tomorrow. In those 8 years, they're going to look at how you was, what you do, what you try to do, what you didn't do, and they're going to hear everything that everybody ever said about you, good or bad. It's up to you to show them who you really are. Whether they want to believe that or not, it's still up to you to show them who you are. And as a man, if you're dealing with women, if you don't want to contribute to a woman's household, to her life, stay single. If you stay single, you ain't got to worry about nobody but you. But some men would try to hook up with women because they feel like they can benefit off of women and stuff, while they don't bring nothing to the table. You know what I'm saying? They just bringing what's in their pants and think that's enough. That ain't enough for a lot of women, because a lot of women already complain about that from most men anyway, that it ain't enough. So a lot of men need to step up and really ask themselves the question, like, how are you being a real man to your family? How are you being a real man to even yourself? You know what I'm saying? Are you proud of who you are? You know what I'm saying? If you die today, what will be your legacy to yourself, to your kids? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to talk bad about you? Or are they going to say that you did this, you was a stand-up guy? Who are you? You know, again, as men, we really have to check ourselves. But the problem is a lot of people don't want to be checked because they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. And that's part of the problem. Nobody's being held accountable for the wrong that they do. Nobody's being held accountable for the men who are not being real men. It's so much that goes on in this world today that, like I said previously before, a lot of women and females need to be protected. There's too many women out here being attacked by men, too many men being too emotional about what's going on. So they feel like they'll attack a woman, but you won't attack a man. You know what I'm saying? That's a punk move right there. You know, you want to harm a woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, why? I mean, why? Just going about your life. So I say all that again. Will the real men stand up? Because it's too many men out here that ain't real men. So that's what I had to say in reference to the real men. Hold on for 1 second. Thanks, Damon. Okay, let me go. I'm sorry, I'm just coming. Men said men are the best coaches to men. Yeah, but the problem with a lot of men is a lot of men don't want to be held accountable. They want somebody to tolerate their BS, you know. And the problem with that is it's hurting too many families out here. It's hurting too many kids out here. There are a lot of kids that are growing up without their fathers, and they think they're grown. The kids, they out here doing dumb stuff, carjackings, shootings and stuff. Fathers nowhere around. Now, in some cases, fathers are maybe incarcerated or dead, but in some cases, fathers are with another girlfriend, helping that girlfriend raise her kids, and ain't spending no time with his kids. And sometimes it's because the girlfriend he with or the kid's mother are at each other's throat. But what people fail to realize is people have to always focus on what's best for the kids. See, people don't look at that. They always caught up in their emotions. As grown adults, there's too many grown people out here who are so caught up in their feelings and how they feel that they keep neglecting their kids' feeling. You know what I'm saying? When you are a parent, you have to take your selfish way out of the equation and always do what's best for your kids. And with doing what's best for your kids, it's not going to always be what you like. It's not going to always be the case. It's what's best for your kids. But people don't even see that. You know, and these kids grow up so damaged, so hurt, so destroyed that when we look on the news and we see all these people who doing all this crazy stuff, we wondering why they doing all that. Go back to how they was raised. That's why they doing it. They seeking attention from the people in the street because they didn't get the attention from their family at home. You know, that's why a lot of these kids are out here doing the things that they do. You know, and we as parents, especially as men, need to do a better job of being in our kids' life, need to do a better job of being better role models to these kids. It's too many men that the only time they want to go hang out is when they want to holler at women. You know what I'm saying? Or they want to play games, they want to play video games, or they want to go watch the sports and stuff like that. But where your son at? Where your kids at? Why you ain't never with your kids? You got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids, and ain't none of them never with you. Why? You know, that's a problem. You know, you out here making them, but you don't spend no time with them. Not even one of them. You know, and don't think that them kids don't yearn for their father, because they do. But they get to a point where the love switches over to hate. That's why they always say it's a thin line between love and hate. So you can love something or someone so much, and just as easy as you love them, you can turn around and hate them, because that passion and that feeling is so strong. That is why it changes over from love to hate, because just as bad as you hate someone, you can also love that person. But you know what I'm saying? But we as men, we're doing a poor job out here. We're doing a terrible job. Too many men acting like women. Too many men are so selfish and caught up in their own ways. You know, people don't even understand what's going on with these kids out here. These kids need male role model. They need their fathers first. And if they don't have their fathers, they need male role model. They need activity. They need things to do. But it's unfortunate because you got too many men that are emotional, caught up in how they feeling. They caught up in, you know, all this stuff. That's why, unfortunately, we seeing men out here beating up women, men out here hurting women and stuff like that. You know, I pray to God every day for my daughters, the safety to cover all of them. And I pray and I pray and I pray. And I just pray. I'm just going to say that. I pray for them I pray for my son too. But I'm just saying, it's just like, it's mind-boggling to me what's going on in the heads, the psychological of a lot of men. So we have to step up, man. And even me saying all this on this podcast, there's going to be some men who'll be like, oh, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Oh, whatever, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the problem. Like I said, a lot of people don't want to take accountability for their actions in their road. And a lot of times you look at them same people, look at their life and look how they live. You know what I'm saying? Where their kids at? And not even on where their kids at. How is their character? How are they as a man? What do they do? You know, I'm not saying that anybody's out here is perfect, because nobody's out here perfect. Not one individual on this earth is perfect. All I'm saying is that men need to be better men. But men ain't acting like men. They acting more like women. That's what a lot of men are doing, acting like women, you know, and they really should be acting like men. But they don't want to hear. You say something to it, it turns into argument or fighting or something like that, you know. And that's why we as a people, we are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. We are destroyed because of the lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge kills us. You know, people are quicker to pick up the phone and stroll on social media and slower to pick up a book. Pick up some self-help books to help anybody become a better person, better man. There's plenty of self-help books out here. You know, one of the books that I'm reading right now is You Owe You by Eric Thomas, the motivational speaker. Pick it up. You owe you. But here's the thing to all the fathers out there. You don't just owe you owe your kids. You owe your kids. You owe your mother. You owe your father, especially your mother, whomever raised you. Like some people, I don't know my father. I don't like, you know, okay, that's fine and stuff. But here's the thing that I tell people all the time. As people and individual, in the Bible, it says we are to honor thy mother and father. It never said we are to like them, because guess what? Some of your parents you ain't gonna like because of their personality. They ain't nothing like you. Your parents can have a poisonous way about them. You can have a good heart. Nobody said you gotta like your parents. They said respect them. It's a difference. You understand? It's a difference. Know the difference. You gotta respect your parents. You ain't gotta like them. You ain't gotta like their ways, but you gotta respect them. And that's the problem. The lack of respect for their parents trickles down all the way to why these kids act the way they do, and why you act the way you do. Why you don't want any accountability. Why can't nobody say nothing to you without you being on the defensive. It's so much jacked up people out here that it's ridiculous. So I just needed to say that men being men, because men need to be men. You know, not just when you see men. I'm talking about by your behavior, your actions, your words. Honor your words. If you're going to do something, do it. If you say you're going to do something, do it. And to all the men out there who got kids and stuff, always do right by your kids. Put your kids first. Put yourself in your kids' shoes. And if you don't care about yourself, then it shows by you not caring about your kids, because your kids are a reflection of you and they're a part of you. So if you love yourself, love your kids, despite the mothers. I have, like I said, my 4 grown kids, about 3 different women. And guess what? I caught hell from all 3 at the same time. I was attacked. Nobody even knew what I was going through. I was going through a lot. But guess what I always did? Instead of walking away, because it's easy to walk away. And I told you, I had that guy in my ear telling me to walk away. Instead of walking away, I didn't walk away. I went to get my kids, because your kids are always going to be a part of you. Walking away ain't going to help you, ain't going to help the situation. All they're going to do is bring bad karma to your life. And then sometimes it's going to end up, you never know how your kid's going to turn out. Like, for example, look at Shaquille O'Neal. His biological father walked away from him when he was younger. And when he became Shaquille O'Neal in the NBA basketball, the biological father ended up having another son that was younger. The younger brother of Shaq never met his brother, wanted to have a relationship with him. And Shaq was like, "Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't have nothing to do with them." He wanted to come into his life after he walked away. So you never know how your kid's going to turn out. They remember everything. And fathers have such an impact on their kids, such a strong impact, whether it's positive or negative, that it shows in your life. So men need to be real men, period. I'm actually writing a book, and it's going to say, will the real men stand up? And it's going to be a breakdown on things that I talked about today, and also about what men need to do to be real men. I'm also going to try to, start a nonprofit organization to help a lot of young men to have activities to do, and to help them to do things on their own and become business owners and things of that nature. Because, see, a lot of men out here don't have any guidance. A lot of men don't know which way to go. That's why a lot of them go to the streets. That's why a lot of them hang with their nothingness friends who don't have any good for them, nothing to do. Because none of them don't have anything on their brain. The only thing they do is chase women. And here's a saying that I learned a long time ago. You will always lose money chasing women, but you will never lose women chasing money. So that just goes to a lot of the guys out there where you want to go hang out every week because you're trying to see who you can take home. You go places to the mall. You're trying to see who you can pick up. Where's that taking you? Where'd that get you? In life, there are thousands and millions of women out here. Everywhere you turn, there's a woman. So why are you chasing? You need to be chasing education. You need to be chasing to become a better person. You need to be chasing to do better for your family. You need to be chasing, other things, excuse me, than women. You need to be a better father if you are a father to all your kids. Whether you got 1 or 21 kids, you need to be a better father to your kids. Your kids need you. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm glad that you all were here today to hear me talk about these topics about men being men, because men need to be better men. So I'm about to come back with the recap to close out the show. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back with the recap. I wanted to first thank you all for coming to my show today, Real Estate, Real Life, Real Talk, and Real Live with Damon, the agent. I come on each and every Friday at 12 noon, where I bring you the latest real estate topic, and I always end the show by talking about some type of topic like I was just talking about. Please also follow me on all my social media platforms. The hashtag is always Damon, the agent, DamonTheagent. That's also my website, DamonTheagent.com, for all of your DC, Maryland, and Virginia real estate needs. I am licensed in all 3 jurisdictions. I have been going on 18 years. Any questions pertaining to real estate, you can always feel free to call me or text me at 202-618-1382. Again, that's 202-618-1382. If you have any questions or concern, or you can always DM me on any of the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter. I'm on all of them. Pinterest as well. Please, again, follow all of my social media platforms. But here's the latest recap. Okay, going back to home warranty. The home warranty, like I said, had many benefits that homeowners should take advantage of and utilize. Instead of you calling a plumber or electrician, you can call your home warranty. They will send someone out that's an actual plumber or electrician. You just pay the deductible. It saves people thousands of dollars every year. It is very good for every homeowner to have, whether you're a new homeowner or whether you've owned a home for 20 years. Please take advantage of home warranties. Just Google home warranties. But like I said, the one that I always use is called 2-10. Official Good Vibes Only. Inbox me, please, so I can get your number. Inbox me. I'm sorry, I was just responding on Instagram. But at the same time, like I said, please please Google home warranty to find out which home warranty will be best for you. I tend to always use 2-10. They're very good. Every time I'm dealing with buyers, I always make sure that I include that in the contracts, because I always try to get my buyers a free home warranty so they can have peace of mind for at least 1 year. And again, even if you're dealing with new construction, they will always say that you have they give you new appliances, so they always give you the factory manufacturer's warranty. You still want to get a home warranty even if you get new appliances, because the factory manufacturer warranty doesn't always cover everything. So you still want to get a home warranty. And then my recap about men being men. Like I said during my conversation, there are a lot of men out here that act like women. It's unfortunate that this is going on. It's a lot of men out here that are hurting women physically. Some of the women are even being killed. It's a lot of men out here who their everyday reaction and behavior is just so yes. Someone asked me a question. Does 2-10 Puffer warranties in West Virginia? Yes, they do. Go to 2-10.com. That's 2-10's website. So you can go there, and once you go there, you can click on everything. Stroll to the bottom. You can click on all what they have to offer, and you can see what they have as far as what they offer. And it'll break down to what they actually cover, which is a lot of things. And then they give you various packages to choose from. And depending on which one you choose is going to determine what your deductible will be if you call for someone to come out. Well, yes, but like I was saying, men being men. There are too many men out here who acting like women. There are too many men out here who don't take accountability for the roles and actions that they play. There's too many men out here neglecting their children. There's too many men that want to be harm women. There's too many men out here that's just not being men. It's too many men acting too emotional and acting like women. Men need to do a self-evaluation of their self. They need to get with some other men to hold them accountable and stuff. Maybe they need to join a group. Maybe they need to go to church and do more. But whatever it is, to have self-improvement, and you can't always have self-improvement just trying to critique yourself. You have to have other men to critique you. Now, as men, we don't need to always hear women critiquing us, because they're going to give their perspective, but you still need to hear what they have to say, because they may be saying something that's true, but you really need to be held accountable. You need to be around other men to hold you accountable for what you need to do, because the behavior of some men will be unacceptable by other men. And then you as a man got to know that you got to do better. You got to want to do better for yourself, for your family, for your life, for your wife, for your kids, for your grandkids. You got to want to do better. See, nobody can make you be a man, make you become better. People can only influence you. And just like they say, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. And that's the same thing when it comes to men. You can take a man and hand him a book, but you can't make him think. You can't make him do the things that he needs to do. I'm just sharing my opinion because of my observation of what I see constantly out there, And then I also, it's despicable to me, and this is just leaves a bad taste in my mouth when I see things like women being hurt, women being killed. women being attacked because of these punks. It's sickening to me. So I just felt like I needed to address it and say something, because you will never reach your full potential in life as a man if you don't stand up and be a man. You can take that however you want to take it, but it's the truth. Because this world, and what people fail to realize, is karma is real. Karma is real. And you think it's not, but it is real. That's why you don't have any good luck. That's why nothing ever goes your way. Evaluate your life and see who you've done wrong. And if you've done your kids wrong, that's part of the reason why nothing goes your way. If you've done your parents wrong, it's part of the reason why nothing goes your way. You have to treat your bloodline, you have to treat right. Else it's not going to go your way. And what I mean by that, meaning your mother, father, your kids, your wife, you have to treat right. You don't treat them right, that's between you and God. And y'all discuss, and God shows you in many ways what should be, what could be, what you did wrong. So I just want to thank you all again for coming and checking out my website. I appreciate you all. I thank you all. Please, again, check out DamonTheAgent.com. And also remember to come each and every Friday at 12 noon, where I talk about real estate, real life. This is real talk, and this is real life. Thank you all for joining me. See you all next week. And also happy Valentine's Day to all the lovebirds out there. Happy Valentine's Day. That's coming up on Tuesday. So I will see you all next Friday. Have a good one.